welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast for Expresso on SABC3. We're hanging out with certified financial planner Grant van Zyl, who, when talking about the budget that you need in order to start recovering your debt over the past December period that we all enjoyed so much, he says that budgeting is the most important thing. But this is all in the short term. Does that apply to the long term as well?
Yeah, I would say definitely to put it towards long term. I think also a very important thing in the long term is to understand you get two kinds of debts. You get responsible debt and you get irresponsible debt. Now, responsible debt, stuff like your cars, your house, those are things you kind of need to live with and to generate an income. Irresponsible debt is stuff like overdrafts, credit card debt, and that sort of stuff. You want to try to stay away from that as far as possible. The more you stay away from that sort of stuff, you're going to really do yourself a good service.
And also, one research company, they found that, in the last month at least half of homeowners are struggling to repay their home loans. And they say also 60% of people are battling to meet their credit card repayments.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for people in those situations?
Yeah, and I think that it ties back into good debt, bad debt. The most important thing when it comes to credit card payments and that sort of stuff is don't spend money you don't have. Especially going into 2016, 2017, and possibly 2018, avoid spending money you don't have as much as possible. Tighten the budget, tighten your belt, and just get ready for a tough ride.
Oh my gosh, you're scaring me right now. You're really scaring me. I guess we're painting a picture of reality, so we do need to focus on these things. But let's move on to talking about saving, because that's something that we as South Africans don't do a lot of. And when you're talking about retirement, this is exactly what you should be focusing on. So in the short term, what kind of strategy should one formulate when it comes to saving? How should you be saving? How much is enough?
Okay, so let's lighten it up a little bit.
Please.
So basically, when it comes to budgeting, I've got a very simple philosophy. Keep it simple, practical, and have fun.
Okay.
What I find with a lot of clients today is that they actually don't want the numbers, they don't want the Excel spreadsheets, they want to make it practical. So what we do is we try to create a system that they can relate to. So example of one is I create a money box or budget box.
Okay.
And in the budget box, they basically put envelopes in it for their monthly expenses. What that does is it kind of makes the budget tangible. So instead of it just being on this random Excel spreadsheet, it's tangible for you to understand where you're spending money, how you're spending money, where most of your money is going to. But I think the most important thing regarding budgeting is to make sure you don't have an upside-down budget. So what most people do is they have a budget where they have their income, their expenses, and then if they got money left, they will possibly save. Maybe save, you know? So we get 95% of our clients, when we start with them, they kind of start off like that. So we call it a prioritized budget. So what you want to do is you want to understand your income, understand your necessity expenses. So back to the car, the house, the insurances and that. Whatever you got left from that, let's understand how much money can you save. Once we've got that right, then we can start looking at entertainment again, the clothes and all that sort of stuff. So it's just really creating a priority system.
Yeah.
Regarding the investment side of things, so I think that was the second part of the question. I really think getting offshore exposure is going to be critical to all portfolios now. With a lot of my clients, I'm opening up offshore accounts. We're investing in any stock in the world, the top blue chip stocks in the world. What that does is it's three things. It prevents you from getting a weaker rand, so you're hedging against the rand. Second thing is you're getting any company in the world now, so you don't just have a small little pool to fish on now. And the third thing is you're actually getting diversification from political situations. So it's not just South Africa that has bad politics.
Yeah, we do have a caller for you on the line right now. Ibrahim from Belhar. Good morning to you. What is your comment or your question?
Hi, I need to make bond repayments, and it's difficult for me to repay the bond now, and I've got backlog of municipal and rates to pay. So how do I do that if I don't have income now, but I'm relying on the...
I understand that you also have... Yes, I can hear you. I understand that you also have a situation with your employment situation right now, that you lost your job in December. Okay, so this is a very, very difficult situation. So what to do, Grant?
Sure, Abraham. This is a bit of a tight spot, this one. What I would suggest is to really look at your budget, cut back as much as you possibly... This is a real life-changing situation. Make sure your life is really tailored towards the situation. Get back to the basics of bread and water for the next few months, just to make sure you can get those sort of things sorted out. The last thing you want to land up in this situation is getting your house repossessed or anything like that. So really focus and prioritize these expenses going forward.
What about the option of possibly calling your creditors and explaining to them what the current situation is and maybe arranging for a different form of payment plan going forward?
Yeah, so you're actually 100% correct. A lot of people don't really know that's available.
Yeah.
So if you're in a hectic debt situation, I've actually done it for a number of clients. I do some pro bono work with some people that battle a little bit. And we actually phone these credit agencies and we negotiate a better rate and a settlement value. That is your best solution if you're in a situation like this. However, with a bond, a mortgage bond, it's not going to be that simple.
All right. Well, Grant, thank you so much. Man, yeah, the reality of it all is setting in. But as Grant said, we are facing tough economic times coming up. So better yet, start saving right now.
Well, you can give us a call on 083 9133 728. We'll be taking more of your questions.